Hello, and welcome to Week 4 of the Little Legends League. This week I'm playing the Detroit Minans, coached by low-tier Junk. The thing that stood out to me about the Detroit Minans was a triple bulky water core and a lack of ground types. This meant I could go crazy with electro moves and needed counterplay for the several potential walls. That being said, let's get into this week's team. I started off with old reliable, Magirna. With only Cyclozar as a spinner, Spikes was an easy choice for Magirna since I could spin block with Giratina. Then, to stay healthy and 1v1 the Deoxys, Wochien, or Annihilate, I ran Draining Kiss. With max special attack, Grass Knot could do huge damage to Milotic and Dondozo. Finally, I ran Volt Switch, since it would probably be unblockable unless they ran Minun, which I didn't really expect to come. Magirna could function as a spike setter and a pivot that could threaten the water types while also having options against pretty much everything. Next up is Giratina to serve as my physical wall and spin blocker. Annihilate poses a big threat to my team, so I wanted Giratina to specifically counter the ape. Interestingly, Giratina and Annihilate both have base 90 speed, so I ran 20 speed EVs on Giratina to speed creep it. I could then burn Annihilate before it could hit Giratina and follow up with a boosted Hex. To complement Giratina's role in punishing physical attackers, I ran Rocky Helmet. After that, I ran Rest for Recovery and Roar as a way to rack up Spikes damage and disrupt Venomoths if necessary. With this set, I was confident that Giratina could fulfill its purpose. Now for the most obvious pick for this battle, Thundurus. Between 3 bulky water types, Thundurus felt mandatory. I wanted Thundurus to fight these walls, so I ran Taunt and Nasty Plot to deny status moves like Haze and Toxic and set up for a big Thunderbolt. I ran Sludge Wave as coverage for Wochien, Lurantis, and Minun, should it dare come. I was wary of Basculin too, so I ran 232 speed with a timid nature to outrun it. Then I chose to give Thundurus a Citrus Berry so it could shrug off an extra hit from Milotic or Dondozo while I boosted up. Overall, Thundurus had a great potential as a breaker in this matchup. I needed to address the speed of Cyclozar and Deoxys speed, so I chose to go with a Choice Scarf Mienshao. With 244 speed, Mienshao could outspeed 252 speed Deoxys. I ran with Close Combat for Stab, Knockoff for Deoxys and Annihilate, Stone Edge for Venomoth, and U-Turn for pivoting. I noticed that low-tier Junk liked to lead with Cyclozar, so my plan was to lead with Mienshao and try to snipe it immediately. This would make dealing with the rest of the team significantly easier since Shed-Tail is just that powerful. With my bases and hazards, power, and speed covered, I moved on to cover specific threats. So in the 5th slot is Swatlet. I ran with Swatlet since it could provide value against pretty much anything that low-tier Junk could bring. As a grounded poison, it could soak up Pex's Toxic Spikes. Encore is also always a great option that could disrupt setup from Ape and Moth, or frustrate the walls. I ran with 222 speed to outrun Milotic, which I suspected would run Terra Fairy. With my own Terra Poison, Swallow could outrun and OHKO Milotic with Gunk Shot. I then ran Earthquake to hit Toxapex. I finished the set with a Sword Stance to take advantage of the free turns Encore could provide me. Swallow could serve as both a surprising offensive threat and a great disruptor. Finally, I rounded off the team with Assault Vest Slowking. Although Magirna and Giratina had great type matchups versus Venomoth, I needed something that could definitively check it back instead of just sitting in front of it and allowing it to set up Quiver Dances. With 212 HP and max special attack, Slowking could take a +2 Bug Buzz and OHKO back with Psyshock. Secondarily, Slowking too could disrupt the walls. With the combo of Whirlpool and Psychic Noise, Slowking can trap and eliminate passive Pokemon. To this end, I ran 44 speed to outrun Toxapex and Dondozo. Finally, I ran Grass Knot for the same reasons as Magirna. Slowking's job was to counter Venomoths, but it could be useful even if the Venomoths didn't come. That sums up my aggressively anti-bulky water type build. I think I covered the possibilities pretty well with this team, so let's see how it did in battle. Starting with this battle with Mienshao to counter Cyclozar, and I got the exact lead matchup I wanted, and took it out with Close Combat. This is exactly how I could have wanted this match to start, and naturally Deoxys came in. I figured to go for a Psycho Boost, so I went to Magirna. Magirna tanked it pretty easily, and from here I could probably get up a Spike. And so, I got up my Spike as Annihilate came in. I could have gone to Giratina immediately, but I chose a scouted set for Draining Kiss, and it didn't do that much damage for max special attack, so I figured this was the typical like max HP, max special defense Annihilate. So I went for another Drain Punch as I get my Giratina in, and here the speed creep works perfectly. I get my burn off on Annihilate, and even at 100 base power, Rage Fist only does 18%, and he takes all of that chip from Burn, Rocky Helmet. Then I hit the Hex, and Annihilate takes itself out with another Rage Fist. So in comes the Milotic, which immediately goes Terra Fairy as expected. Dragon Pulse does just piddly damage. I mean, 22% for super effective is sad. Then the Deoxys comes in. I know this thing is like mixed, so I can take a hit, which I do. It gets rid of my Akki helmet, but that's fine. It's served its purpose. So I rest up, get out, and go back to my pivot in Magirna. So at this point, Deoxys is getting pretty low. I figure it's probably just gonna fire with another attack and be done. So I go for the Drain Kiss, and that's the Deoxys speed taken care of. Now Dondoso comes in, and the Grass Knot works perfectly. It does 90%, which is basically, Dondoso is basically dead at this point. Everything outruns it. And yeah, Magirna gets now to +2, it's more kills. And the Venomoth comes in. This is the thing I was most scared of when I saw the matchup. So I volted out and went to my specific counter in Slowking. So it goes for the Bug Buzz, I eat it up pretty well, and then I hit with Psyshock. Now it reveals a Papaya Berry, which is actually really scary, because if that was full health, then I could have been in a lot of trouble. However, I got a low its Volt Switch, Psyshock took it out nonetheless, and finally with the Terra Fairy Milotic like I expected, Swalot could clean up with a Gunk Shot. So yeah, this battle went perfectly, honestly. I could not have asked for anything to go better. You know, there are no misses, no crits, everything I planned for fell perfectly into place. And this is a clean 6-0 on my part. GG to Low Tier Junk. Yeah, I was very happy with this battle. So if you want to see more of this content, make sure to like and subscribe. Put a lot of efforts into these videos, you know, make them nice and polished. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you next week for week 5. Thanks for watching.